My humble pranam to the lotus feet of Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji. Dignitaries on the dais, Swami Sakshat Kartanand Saraswati ji, Miss Sheila Balaji, Dr. E.S. Krishnamurti, Thiru Ravi Malhotra, distinguished invitees, members of Aim for Seva, gracious ladies and gentlemen, when Sheila Balaji with her colleagues came in to invite me, and when they told me what they are doing, it was so touching. Without, as the proverb goes, without batting an eyelid, I say, I will come. I would like to express my profoundest affection, greetings, and devotion to Swamiji, Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji, who could conceive the idea of Aim for Seva. We know that in our Sanatana Dharma, Seva is at the core of it. We often say that Atma Mokshartham Jagat Hidaya. It is for the service to the others is the way to salvation. And it is such great souls who have appeared on this holy land, on this sacred geography of Bharat, for several thousand years, from time to time, every age, every place, who have carried on the mission of Seva. We know that the core element of our Sanatana Dharma is oneness of creation. That Parameshwara, after having created this universe, creation, is present in every element of it. Humans, animals, plants, animate, inanimate. But it so happens that the divine chooses to manifest in a more concentrated form or a purer form in some. And I believe that Swami Dayananda Saraswati was one such divine soul. Krupa Home, I had occasion to have a quick visit to different facilities which have been created here. Whatever I have seen so far in our country, perhaps this is the one institution which takes care of people with such disabilities, especially autistic people, at the later part of their life. Because what Swamiji told, what Sheila Balaji told also, that the concern was the parents of such children, they all have a common concern. what after us? And this is something that usually others, those who have not seen or experienced in their own family or in their close family any such person, they would not be able to appreciate it. We all live with an illusion that we are all very healthy, we are all very great. But we know what Adi Sankaracharya said, Ma kuru dhana jana jauvan garvam harati nimisadakala sarvam. What happens next moment when I get on the podium or even while standing, nobody knows. This impermanence and this vulnerability we are not aware of. And as a result, often we remain insensitive to our fellow people, those who are in need of service, in need of seva. I have been to quite a few institutions whenever I get opportunity to see such places. In Vilupuram, in Tenkasi, there are institutions which are doing great service. But taking care of someone at a later stage in their life, I am not sure whether this is the pioneering institution which is doing so. Because so long the parents are there, our parents are capable, because parents also grow, obviously. When they cease to become capable, who will look after them? And they deserve dignity. It's not something which is, in our Sanatan Dharma, taking care of the seva is not something which we call it, often we use the word charity. I don't think charity is not the appropriate word for it. You know, Mahatma Gandhi used to often sing a bhajan, Vaishnav janato tene kahiye peer paraye jane re, par dukhe upakar kare man abhiman nane. You don't feel that you are doing a great service. You should feel, in fact, blessed that you had the occasion to do some service. That has been the spirit. I think more and more such institutions should come up. We do not have any account of how many such persons are there in our country as yet. I was going through a note given by this institution that in Tamil Nadu there are 13 lakhs plus people. Maybe more. I am not very sure whether this is a figure. At the All India level, when I got the data some time back from ministry in the central government, the estimate they said that about perhaps we have more than 50 lakhs autistic children in our country. But that's a grossly underestimation, because there is a huge reluctance on the part of parents even to tell that, share it, that my child is suffering from such a disability. And when it comes to the girl children, just know, they get worried. What would happen if they disclose? Then the future prospect is affected. The child would not get married. All kinds of considerations, it keeps adding up to the problem. It also keeps adding up to the problem, not only statistics, but the fact that the early intervention could be of some help, and the children are denied of. So, even though the government, the state, I'm talking about even the government of India, the central government has come up with legislation to give education and opportunities to such people. But these are the issues that cannot be addressed through legislation. These are the issues that cannot be addressed through laws or even by the government. Because government by its sheer nature is a machine. It's a heartless machine. It works. It works like a machine. Here there is no, as a machine, there is no soul in it. It may have policy, but it doesn't have soul in it. So empathy, which is needed, which is the core of service, is not there in it. It has to come from the society. And our country, Bharat, has always relied on society. It has never relied on governments. It has never relied on kings or queens and kingdoms. No. It is the society, Samaj, which has taken care of. And unfortunately, over the years, long period of subjugation, colonization, and whatnot, we seem to have forgotten ourselves, or our sense of ourselves, who we are, has weakened considerably. We need to reawaken it. We need to take charge of our responsibilities. An institution like Krupa Home should be encouraged, should be assisted. It is all about, everyone cannot build a Krupa Home. It's not possible. But certainly I can do my own bit. As we know that the old story of Ramayana goes that Sri Rama, when he built the Setu, even the squirrel carried some sand. It's good enough. It needs help. It needs assistance, such institutions, to see that they expand and able to provide care to more and more such needy persons. Today, when our country is waking up to its sense of self, and with a sense of pride, I think this area is very important to address. And I'm sure, as we have seen, the goodness inherent in our people is immeasurable. We often don't realize how much goodness is latent in our people. I just would illustrate one example. Last year, at the beginning of 2023, when Prime Minister gave a call that by 2025, India will be TB free. Now, India is a country with the largest number of TB patients. But when he gave a call, he realized that it was not possible for the government to do it. Government can create on the health center, community health center, primary health center, give some medicine, free medicine checkup and all that. But beyond that, what? Because we know that a TB patient is invariably, they are from the poor classes, poor communities. It's a lot of case of health and hygiene associated with it. For a TB patient, it's not only medicine, but even nutrition is needed. So he launched, to harness the goodness among our people, a scheme, what we call Nikshay Mitra. Let volunteers come and adopt some TB patients who will provide them assistance for a year or two by way of nutrition. And response was overwhelming. Over 10 million people volunteered themselves, more than the number of TB patients perhaps, that we will do it. This is the power of inherent goodness in our, this is Bharat. You know, when you go to the West and you find somebody who's a great philanthropist, he has contributed or she has contributed billions of dollars. And by that measure they say, philanthropy is, that spirit is not here. Completely mistaken. Every house is a philanthropist. When a person comes home, go to any village, the person doesn't go unfed. We know how. It won't happen there. You go, they will be chased out. They might let loose the dog. You have a difficulty. So here, this is the goodness of our people. We need to awaken that sense of goodness, sense of service. And I'm sure we will do it. We are doing it. I wish this institution, Krupa Home, and aim for Seva all the very best. You are all doing a great service to humanity, great service to our Sanatana Dharma, our tradition. And this is what gives the hope to the rest of the world, the confidence in India, in Bharat, taking the leadership. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah.